We've got some brand new cards leaked that have never been in a FIFA before, and they actually kind of look intriguing and seem like they could just be extra rewards, which would be very nice. So we'll talk about that. Got the full FC Pro Live team leaked. I thought we had the full team yesterday at least, but turns out there was like 6 more cards or 7 more cards today that we saw. Also a pretty decently hyped SBC coming as well, and a potential VINI player of the month that we will discuss here in a little bit. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Thank you all for being here. Of course, this channel is nothing without you. I want to remind you guys quickly, it's Thursday. The manager and player objectives, if you've not done this yet, weekly objectives will expire. It's like the make a tactical change, hire a coach, really easy objectives and stuff like that. Set up a trading plan, right? Make sure you guys go and do those before they expire at content time today. The weekly objectives expire. The seasonal ones obviously go until the new season, but the weekly objectives, those will refresh today for the last time in this season. And yeah, I mean, for content today, guys, I mean, these new evos that keep dropping, true strength, 60,000 coins, gives block plus. You can chain it with the Titan's Guard evolution as well, so you can get defending slightly upgraded. But I just last year we basically had, I think we are going to look back on last year's evos and say, man, we had it good, because they basically just took one of the best features that kept the game alive last year and said, okay, but imagine we just made every inch of it worse, because they shit themselves at just the mere thought we might get one half decent power curve slash maybe slightly, very, very slightly, if it's like a glitched evo or an evo that's cracked out of its mind, one card in your team that's in the power curve for like 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks go by and it's out of it again, so in a month it's gone anyway, or a month and a half. The mere thought of that was just too much to handle. It just was too much. Now we have this where basically we're gonna get about half paid and half free, looks like was the formula has been so far this year, and they want to have it so you end up reaching a point where to make a pretty decent evo card, you need to chain it with one of the paid ones, right? That's their goal here. Is, yeah, you get one free one, maybe you end up with a card you like out of a free one, maybe not. Most likely, though, you end up getting a chain one, starting to track Thunder, maybe chaining that into one of the paid ones, right? Wonder Wing, for example, or something like that. That's what their goal seems to be. And then also, not to mention, the cards are just worse than last year. So you have worse evolutions and more paid ones, because it's funneled into that. So basically, evolutions, I just have zero hope for this year at this point. I want to have hope, like I really do. I love evolutions so much. But until they prove otherwise here, I don't know how anybody can be hopeful at this point. Okay, on to the title of the video now. We obviously had a couple, or more than a couple. We had like 5, 6, 7 new card designs leaked over the last couple days, right? We didn't know the names of them at all. Now we do know the names of some of them. The first red and green one here is a Winter Champions card design, which that's kind of interesting. It does give a bit of a red player pick vibe there. But okay, on to the next one. We've got Rivals Mastery, which is that green and purple one. And then right along the same lines, we've got just regular Champions Mastery, which is that sort of like pinkish red one there. And the last one is Squad Battles Mastery, which is the yellow one. So honestly, seeing the names of these, it is actually a little exciting, because they do seem like they would just be like gameplay rewards, right? Mastery. You think maybe it would be a milestone objective that play a certain amount of games and you could actually get these cards, right? That would be really cool, because then you can actually earn things on your own accord. Play 100 games, you get this card, which I know is absurd, but like you could theoretically just grind in your own time and get that card just simply however long it took for you to play 10, 50, 100 games, right? So that's what I would really like to see. Now, of course, I'm jumping the gun there. There's no evidence at all this is what this is going to be. But there's also a green one that we don't know the name of right now. Remember, the green one is slightly different than the rest, so this might not be a mastery one. Some are saying, oh, it's Rush Mastery, but like, it's just speculation. It really would be nice to see some grindable gameplay rewards where we are not tied to EA's time, because I'm telling you right now, that's one of the reasons people are not enthused with FIFA at all on days where like there's no rewards, because what else do you do on a Monday? On a Tuesday, what the fuck do you do on this game? I think people are just tired of having to wait for EA basically for you to actually earn rewards. So I'm really hoping that that is what this is going to be. If it's not that, I might have a 77-minute long rant video with multiple broken windows, perhaps holes in the wall. I think people are tired of waiting for EA. Like, imagine in COD, oh yeah, you get your XP on Thursday, you gotta wait. I mean, that shit is so stupid. good. Obviously, just a way to hold the power curve as much as EA want. Now, that was a complete side note. I don't even know why I started talking about that, but yeah. What do you guys think these could be? Hoping it's going to be something pretty rewarding, because there was this AC FUT Trader tweet right after that, which was interesting. It says, these are not just cosmetic. These are for special mastery players you can pack, checkmark. So you might say, okay, you can pack them, but they must not be objectives. EA trying to save the game, question mark. And the top reply down here was, cards you can pack, so no one's packing any of them, you mean? There will be 5 at 10k and the rest at 1 mil plus. It's impossible to save this game. And AC replies saying, I don't believe these cards will be on the market. EA have added packs containing mastery players that you'll probably be able to unlock via some objectives or something. So those two tweets sort of are a bit contradictory. I guess he's saying that you can earn the pack and then pack them. I think that's what he's saying. He does not believe these cards will be on the market, but yet they're going to be in packs, he says. So I'm guessing that you'll be like earning the pack that you can open that will contain the player in it. So what also could happen is like there's a set of 10 champions mastery players, and then they give you a champions mastery pack and you open it and you'll pack one of the 10 players, right? That would suck fat juicy ass, but honestly that wouldn't surprise me that they would do something like that, rather than like, hey, here's one card that's really good, you can earn it. So I don't really get what AC's saying here. That would be my interpretation of it. That interpretation could be wildly inaccurate. Okay, before we go and look at the full FC Pro Live team that we've got, there was this SBC leak, and it is buoy added to come shortly. Of course, Tell just came out, who has a hyperlink to him. The trend continues once again of give popular card an extremely easy link in an SBC and make him pretty good, but it inclines more players to do the SBC. Okay, here are all of the cards coming. This is just a stat prediction, by the way. It is not confirmed at all. We saw some of these yesterday. Palacios, we did not see. There's the buoy SBC. Insigne's in there. Kadioglu's in there. A couple cards we didn't see yesterday, but yeah, I believe Gravenberch, I think it's Emre Yilmaz who is his card. Yes, it is. Okay, I think he's one of the better players. I think he is. The one thing with this new promo, by the way, is that it's really easy to make coins. I mean, it was much easier last year. Some people really are well educated on who the best pro players are. I'm not as much, but I kind of vaguely know who is. But some of these cards are going to end up spiking in price because they're going to be live cards that we don't really know who's more likely to get upgrades than others. It's going to be way more like gambling a little bit than most live promo teams. There might be some insane deals that we'll talk about when the promo comes out. Okay, on to La Liga Player of the Month nominees now. We have got Vinicius. He is in there. Dani Olmo's in there. Kubo is in there. Simeone also. But it is sort of a toss-up on who could win this. Okay, here are the goals and assists for November for the La Liga Player of the Month. So Vini, 3 games, and he's got his hat trick in there. It is the most goal contributions, so you'd maybe say he's just because of that the most likely winner. Dani almost played another game, but he's got 2 goals. Simeone, a goal and an assist there. Really, it's a toss-up. If it's a popularity contest, you'd say it's still Vini, who's probably just going to end up winning it. So I'd say it's likely to be Vini, but it's no guarantee at all. It's one of those things where it's like, are you even hyped for a Vini Player of the Month? I mean, odds are you're just not even going to be able to afford it at all. If it came out during Team of the Year time, maybe that's a little bit different. There's always some things to grind when you save packs for Team of the Year. You can kind of afford some better stuff maybe, but for right now in this time of the year, it's going to be 2.5 mil, 3 mil SBC. You know, it's like hard to get super hyped up for that. And then the Liga F Player of the Month is also down here, which these are the nominees here. Want to see their cards and what they would look like. Patry is like the pretty obvious choice to end up winning it here if we look at the goal contributions. 4 in 3 games there for her. I mean, they never lose. I mean, they just don't lose. So almost every month this year, you will see a Barcelona women's player winning the Player of the Month award. If you look at the calendar here, we don't get the winner of La Liga until the day of Black Friday, which would be perfect for EA, dropping a Vini Player of the Month on the day of Black Friday. And Liga F does not come out until that next Friday. So it's a ways away still, but Patry should end up winning it. And hey, one of the better features in this game, unironically, is the live start points. They're now available in career mode, by the way. If you want to start a career mode now, you can literally start it as exactly how real life is at this exact moment. So unironically, one of the best features in this game, even for an Ultimate Team user who has like 1 career mode save a year. Honestly, that's one of the better features this year because the bar is in the depths of hell. We got more stuff to look at though. We do have the official stats on Conceição. He'll be an SPC. They gave him quick step plus 95 pace, 86 dribbling. Looks like a very, very good card. Don't make him too expensive, and I think it'll be a pretty nice SPC. We keep going here. A couple interesting tweets from FIFA Trading Romania, who's like a tier 1 leaker, right? So every time he hints at something, it comes out. That's pretty much how it always is. He tweets, bomb Portugal cap soon. And obviously we have Conceição coming out, right? So people thought, okay, that must be what it is, but is that a bomb? Is that worthy of a bomb notification. Usually when he says bomb, it's like an icon. So some people said Eusebio's coming out again, Luis Figo, something like that. But he says down here, Joao Felix or Neto. He replies to that comment with the smiling glasses on looking cool emoji. So my guess would be it's going to be Joao Felix or Neto, which is odd because Sao's coming out soon. Are they going to drop 2 of them back to back? I mean, they do drop cards that link, but that is a little strange to me. It might be bait or something, I don't know, but a Portuguese bomb is coming soon, whatever the fuck that means. Also, this tweet, now we just need exchanges, and he comes with the eyes emoji. That was yesterday. That would infer that he knows that it's coming out soon. We did already get word this year that they will be coming out. I think Sheriff, it might have even been EA confirming it, I don't remember, but I think Sheriff for sure confirmed it, that they'll be coming out. So we know they are, but we don't know when. And this tweet, I guess, would maybe say that might be for Black Friday. We might have them already, but I feel like he wouldn't actually do this if he didn't have some sort of information on when they're coming, which means they have to be coming out sometime soon. So just be aware of that. And guys, last leak, you're gonna love this one. Okay, you're gonna love this one. There's a new pack design added to the code, and is that what I think it is? That is what you think it is. That's a State Farm pack. So we've got a somehow a collaboration between State Farm and EAFC to the point where you can get yourself a pack and Ultimate Team. I don't know, sign up for their goddamn insurance and you get a fucking 5x80 gold players pack. I mean, what are we doing here? And with the possible VINI coming out on Black Friday, you might say, okay, when is the buy time for fodder? It's still not going up at all, but surely it has to. And I'm saying the same thing. It has to go up. It's a matter of time. And the thing is, there's actually a chance that the best buy time is right now. And Black Friday, it'll come out on Black Friday, like the VINI Player of the Month will, another big SBC of some kind probably. And despite all the packs being opened, fodder still goes up on that day. It's pretty high probability that that actually happens. I still think 89s are now at 18K. I'm fine, but dude, I'd be fine buying that right now and holding for like 2 weeks. Honestly, I still think that there's almost no way it goes any lower than this. If 89s go lower than this, you know, not worth it it's going to be to open packs. Like, EA don't want that. They want fodder to be higher. I'd just be stunned if it ends up staying this low. I mean, obviously we've seen 84s kind of be a little bit higher, so they like that, I think. But with 80, you know, 87s and above, they're so cheap right now. 86s even too. They're so cheap that like I've already bought some myself at 19, and I still think that I'm gonna hold until like Black Friday. They just have to rise. Okay, let's read your comments. Now we've got Alicia or Elijah. He says the comment by John missed the mark a bit. I think the content creator which his thought process applies to is Nick28T when in gameplay. If you watch him a lot, you may unknowingly adopt his habit of being so negative in gameplay, constantly complaining and nitpicking. The content creators like you or any other who talk about the negatives in a reasonable way are completely fine and may not influence your personal enjoyment as much. And I think that's exactly right. I think that it is very true that, like I didn't say this yesterday too, that content creators do, especially on younger audiences who I probably have one of the oldest audiences in all of the community, honestly, because I don't cater in the slightest bit to like people less than 15, 16 years old. I just don't. But a portion of your audience, if they're young and impressionable, right, they can really, you can play a big part in forming their opinions, right? So I do agree in that slight sense to that comment from like yesterday. I could get why if you're watching somebody and they do nitpick a lot, that then you could start doing it yourself. But when you call me out specifically, like I'm gonna act like an asshole back to you because if you call me out on something, like I'm gonna give you shit back, right? And that's kind of ties into this comment yesterday too. Zelix has been following for a while, but why do you sound like an absolute asshole in this video specifically? The game sucks, I agree, but what the fuck is happening with your tone? Trying to escalate the cynicism and make that your thing now that everyone's talking about the same things, question mark. And so I guess I should start by first of all saying I never want to sound like some sort of pretentious, pompous asshole. Okay, like that's not ever what I want to sound like. However, when I get a comment yesterday being like, hey, this piece of shit, like, hey, the guys like him, don't watch this fucking asshole, right? Like, don't watch him. I'm gonna come at the guy and like give him shit for it. I'm gonna sound different. I'm gonna come at him and be like, hey, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? Like that, like he's gonna come at me, I'm gonna come at him back, right? But that's why yesterday or whatever, like maybe my tone did sound different, right? And the last part here where he's maybe suggesting I'm trying to escalate the cynicism because everyone's talking about the same things now or whatever. I mean, I hop on the mic and I just talk to you guys. That there's no master plan behind how I want to address things. If content comes out and I love it, I'm going to talk about how much I like it. If it comes out and it sucks, I'm gonna be cynical. And a lot of content content recently has came out, and it's been just dog shit. So I've probably been extremely cynical recently because I talk about this game on a daily basis, trying to make it my job, and they've made it so bad that yes, I'm gonna be cynical at times. And this year more than ever, because it has been ridiculously bad for the average person, the non-money spender. It sucked. And Zelig, like, I definitely do like that. I want people to comment on my videos saying, hey, I think you're going too far here. Like, your cynicism is like over the top. You don't think anything's good anymore. You're going down some sort of like path that I can't follow. I just thought of like the Padme scene in Star Wars. You're going down a path I can't follow. W. George Lucas dialogue, of course. But yeah, I want people to check me if I'm going too far, right? I definitely do. And of course, I respond to like negative comments on my videos a lot because it makes for entertaining content. And I know that like there's so many positive comments on a daily basis. Like, I appreciate all of you guys so much. And your guys' nice comments and the interaction with you guys is always amazing. So I think that's all I gotta say. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate every single one of you. I love you all. Peace.